Comics and me. Comics and me. The show is about comics and me. Hey friends. And soon to be friends. It's Jason. So, I normally have a really cool, awesome, spectacular intro that everyone loves. Trust me, everyone loves it. But today is a little different. I had to make a very simple one because this video literally made me have a breakdown. My camera just does not want to work. I had to shoot this intro that I'm doing that is literally probably only going to be like 2-3 minutes. Probably not. I don't even know right now. It's not even that long of an intro. And I had to reshoot it at least 6 times. I had to reshoot this episode about like 6 or 7. And after watching it, I don't like it. The video's not that great. I could have done better, but that's just me judging it very harsh. And I really hope you viewers don't judge it as harshly. And if you do, then that's your own thing. And I totally understand that. But it was just really hard to make this one. Like, I gave up and I just couldn't do it for about 2 days. But I'm like, no, because I want to make these videos because I do enjoy making videos. It's just setbacks like these really suck, if I'm being honest. It's not the greatest thing, but you know what? It could always be worse. And I want to keep making content, and I don't care about viewers. Like, I don't care if I get thousands or even like 5 really happy ones. As long as I make you want to go out and read a comic or something and just enjoy it, that honestly makes me happy because I love comics. I love the medium of it. I like a lot of other media too, and you're going to be seeing that in the following week. I hope, if I get the videos done. So I have a teaser for you for my Halloween week, and I really hope I can keep the promise and get all these videos done and have quality videos on it. So I'm really hoping you enjoy it. And here's that tease. It's cold. Welcome to Halloween week. As usual, please beware of spoilers. Hey guys, and welcome to the prelude to the Halloween week. And today I'm talking about Blackest Night, the comic by Geoff Jones and Ivan Reis. And I'm really hoping I said that correct, but I'm horrible with names. I'm even horrible with a lot of other words. So if I said that incorrectly, I apologize, and please let me know. I even Googled it. I did like pronunciations and all that stuff, and I can listen all day, but I can't say a name ever. I even forget my name sometimes. But let's get into the comic. So Blackest Night was an event in 2009, and it was part of Geoff Jones's Green Lantern run, which I didn't read whenever it was coming out. I kind of just jumped into Blackest Night because I remember seeing at a comic book store like a little ad for it, and it had like I believe it had Dead Aquaman, and it said like Reis or something like that. And I'm like, dude, that looks really cool. Like, I don't even like zombies, but like dead superheroes coming back to life, like that seems awesome. And especially with like a Black Lantern ring. And plus they were giving rings out for each of the big main titles. I believe it was the main title because there's 8 and there's 8 rings. So yeah, and I got all of them. I'll show a close-up of that later. But so I was like, oh cool, I want to check this out. And I forgot where I'm going. So the first issue they had was more of a 0 issue, and it came out on Free Comic Book Day, and I remember picking that up because, it was free, and reading it. And the thing I really liked about it was it kind of told you about the recent events that were happening and the deaths and stuff, because Barry Allen, who's Flash, he was recently dead from Crisis on Infinite Earths, and then Geoff Jones brought him back in The Flash Rebirth, which was a really good read, even though it got delayed multiple times, but damn good art and damn good read, and I'll talk about that again later. But Flash had just came back, and he was kind of getting up to speed. Good one. He was getting up to speed on the events surrounding the DC universe. And for me, that was nice, because like I said, I wasn't into Green Lantern at that time, and I was still reading, but I wasn't reading recent events. I was kind of making my way back in the back, reading other stuff, and Marvel and a bunch of indie stuff. So whenever it came out, I was like, oh, this is cool, but I don't know much about it. And I wasn't much into Wikipedia or anything back then because it wasn't a big website for me when I was that age. So the introductory issue, this Zero issue, was really great because it kind of had it had Hal explain to Barry who's died and what's been happening. And later on, like I think issue 1 or 2, Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, shows Barry like all the people who were dead because Barry's like, wait, who's all dead? And Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, was like, do you really want to know? And Flash is like, yeah, I do. And there was like a 2-page spread of all the different people that are dead that Hal constructed with the Green Lantern ring. And it was just beautiful. The art in here is phenomenal. Another thing is, recently I was talking to a friend about zombies because I never even thought about it, but in each different zombie stories, they kind of see people different or kind of like sense them differently. I always thought it just was like the smell of brains or something stupid like that. I never really looked into it because it's sci-fi, it's myth, so it's kind of like it could be anything and it doesn't really matter as long as the story's good. But this one, they did it really cool to where the Black Lanterns, the zombies, would be able to tell people and go hunting after them over their emotion spectrum, like rage, compassion, willpower, avarice, greed. I believe that's how you say it. And that's who they could go after people. And Mara made a really good point. She was like, you got to keep focused. You can't show any emotions because if you do that, they can't see you. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's a really cool concept. And that makes it to where the artist can show like Superman or someone outlined in a different color, and it's like, oh man, that's visually really awesome. And then each reveal of the dead characters, the dead heroes, dead villains was just awesome. Whenever a loved one would see them come back to life, it would be like, oh no, you're dead, and it's like, oh nope, they came back to life. And in the beginning, when they show Bruce Wayne's graveyard, and Alfred sees that it's got dug up. It's really sad, but it really hits the pace for the comic, which the comic had amazing pace. The comic had amazing pace. For an 8-issue comic, it could be really slow or super fast, but it was like quick paced, which it felt like a movie, but it had moments for characters and character moments, motivation stuff, which I loved because it could have just been a stupid like zombie thing and all that stuff, but it really felt story driven with a lot of good set pieces and good action, and it just felt really fast paced but really good at the same time. And it really set up a lot of new things for the future, like with Brightest Day, and then some more rebirth stuff, and then like old characters coming back to life, and then new characters taking spotlight. It felt like it furthered the DC universe, which is always a good thing. And plus it was done by Geoff Johns, who this was part of his Green Lantern epic, which, like I said, I didn't read when it was first coming out, but then after years and finally reading Green Lantern Omnibus by Geoff Johns, like, I fell in love with Green Lantern because of him, and this was just a really good event in the middle of his Green Lantern run. Like, his Green Lantern run's great, and he even set up this event like 2-3 years prior to this. Like, it was all about setting up, and he planned ahead, and it just turned out amazingly great. I remember a lot of merchandise coming out. I know they had a bunch of action figures, and I bought the Martian Manhunter one and the Necron one, which is the main villain of it, which the Necron's design is just amazing, and I loved that. He was horrifying, but yet a cool design. And I remember Hot Topic had a Batman zombie mask, because there's a zombified Batman in there, which looked great. And Hot Topic had a mask. I'm like, oh man, I want that. And I never bought it, and I kind of regret it, but I know some websites have it. And with any event, there's a bunch of tie-ins, and a lot of times the tie-ins are boring and all that stuff, but the great thing about this one, I read all the tie-ins. I even collected all the single issues. Granted, I sold all those to a friend because he really wanted the story, and I liked a lot of the single issues, but a lot of the tie-ins were really cool, and like I said, you didn't have to really read them, but if you liked Wonder Woman and wanted to see her side of the story, you totally could and see what she was going through, and they're only like 3 issues a pop, other than the ongoing Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps, which were ongoing, and they had a bunch of issues, but they were kind of still tie-ins. But if you just wanted the main story, you could literally just read Blackest Night 0 through 8, which was great. And the other thing the tie-ins did was show who died and all that stuff, so the battery would get more powerful in the Blackest Night, because in the main story itself, they had a little power power percentage, and it would be like 0, and then someone would die, it would be like 0.1, and each time someone would die, it would power up the Black Lantern. So if you did want to see who died and how it got powered up, you could read the side stories. I remember this was the first time I actually actively looked for leaks in a comic, which I never do and I never done before this, but I was just so excited about it every month, and I'm just like, I need to know more, I need to know more. And there was one issue, I think it was issue 6 or 7, where Flash, Wonder Woman, Mara, Lex Luthor, Scarecrow, and I feel like I'm missing one. Oh yeah, the Atom. They all got different rings because the rings could duplicate in extreme stress situations. So they got duplicate rings, and they became ring bearers, where it was like one would be the Avranch ring, one would be the Will ring, and just vice versa, all that stuff. Hope for like the Flash, it would be like their strongest emotion. And that was really cool. And I remember when I saw the leaks, like I was like, oh, I was in the car going shopping, and I saw the leaks, and I'm like, dude, this is the coolest thing ever. I can't wait till tomorrow. And I was like, couldn't get sleep because I was like so excited to see it. And I remember they came out with a Flash blue hoodie that was like the Hope signal. And I don't know where it's at right now, or I totally would have wore it, but I begged my dad for it. I kept asking for it, and I finally got it for Christmas, and I was so excited about it. And that was just amazing, just being excited for that. And I always loved that feeling of being excited for a new comic. And that was a big time where I actually, first time I ever looked at a leak, and I'm like, oh my God, I almost want to cry. Like, this is so beautiful. This event is amazing. And a quick thing with the art, like Ivan Rios, I probably said that wrong, and I apologize. His art is beautiful. It was human, but still cartoony. I know I've said that before, but here it really was. And he has a way with two spread page panels. Like, oh, it's beautiful. Some of them I wish I could just print out and post everywhere, because they were beautiful works of art. Like, where you'd have the whole Green Lantern, Red Lantern, Yellow Lantern, just all the lanterns mixed out in space in this humongous two-page spread, and it just looked insanely detailed, and just how many characters he was able to fit on a page. And then big fight sequences just looked fantastic. I always feel like I'm forgetting something when I do these, and I hate that. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff for Blackest Night. Whenever I make these and I post these afterwards, I'm like, oh man, I totally forgot to add this, this, and this. And I regret doing that, but it's like I can only remember so much and write down so much and speak so much, and I don't want to make my videos over long. So I might make a follow-up to this, and I might even do the tie-ins, because I really do love this one. But I got to get back working on all those Halloween videos that I'm really excited to show to everyone. So as always, enjoy the week, enjoy the weekend, enjoy the month, enjoy the year, enjoy the century or whatever, whenever you're watching this. Just enjoy what you're doing at the moment. And as always, read comic books, be happy. Thanks for watching. And if you're excited as I am about my Halloween stuff, just hit the like, hit the subscribe button so you can actually see when my stuff comes up. And I know I'm not a fan of saying that, but I'm really excited for the videos coming up and how much work I'm putting into them. And I want other people to see them and give me their take on it. And if you've read this story and have any comments on it, just start commenting and let me know, because I do love this book, and I just recently reread it. And I'm like, man, I'm kind of sad I sold all these, because it is a really good book.